Question 1, Part B. Amplitude. How does the fact that sine and cosine have amplitudes of 1 and the other function don't have amplitude related to what we know about a unit circle? Well, amplitude is a half distance between the highest and the lowest point on the graph. Or to be more specific and easier to understand it, amplitude of 1, sine and cosine have amplitude of 1 because the graph go 1 unit up and 1 unit down from the middle of the graph. For example, sine. We have the middle of the graph, the middle of the first curved line, and it's go up 1, which show that it's amplitude. Same thing with second half of the second curve of sine. We have also another amplitude. Well, to easier understand it, sine of 0 started as 0, and then sine of 90 is 1. Sine of 180 equals 0. It shows that the midpoint between 0 and 180 is 90, and it's go up 1, and that is the amplitude for sine. Same thing with the point from sine of 180 to sine of 360. We have the middle part, which is 270, and it is equal to -1. And because the distance is 1, that's why it's have the amplitude of 1. For cosine, very similar, however, is kind of different because cosine of 0 is 1, and then cosine of 90 equal 0. So, because we started from cosine 0, so we don't have amplitude right here. However, we know that the period go on forever, so there should be a line continue going to the left and continue going to the right. So from 0 to 1, that is the amplitude of 1. For this part, we have cosine of 90 to cosine of 270, which is equal to 0, and the midpoint is cosine 180, that equal to -1. That's why it gives us the amplitude of 1. For cosecant, we don't have an amplitude because it doesn't have the midpoint did not have, it doesn't have the highest point, but it's only have the lowest point, which explains why there's no amplitude. Same thing for secant. It's have the lowest point, but not the highest point in the midpoint of the graph. For tangent, it doesn't have any highest point or lowest point at the midpoint because the midpoint is 0. And cotangent is similar to tangent because the midpoint is 0, so there is no highest point or lowest point, and which explains why there is no amplitude. Thank you for watching.